Gemini, welcome to your reading. It's going to be an overall general energy reading for my Geminis, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and North Node. Keep in mind, I trust that when these messages find you, Gemini, they are your messages at that time. Gemini, I hope this message finds you while you're in good health and good wealth. And I hope that you do something that you love today, Gemini, simply because you can. Because we deserve to enjoy our time here on this earth. I will also be over here today. Gemini, you could have recently found a new love connection or have been offered a new love connection, like someone made an offer of love to you. This could have been something that was very out of the blue, sudden, something that was very passionate even. I'm seeing a lot of passion right now, a lot of excitement. Like eagerness to see where this connection goes, how far it could go. I see you kind of I feel like you're scared to open up to it though. I feel like you're very hesitant to dive deeper, I think you're curious and eager to see where it could go, but I also see that you have some trust issues from the past, or like you're just kind of reflecting on your past and looking at everything that went wrong with it, and maybe you're trying not to make the same mistakes again. But I see you as like low-key, it's you or them. There's this very like resistance, that's what the word is. There's this resistance to allow this connection to flourish, really. We have the Nine of Wands, the King of Swords reverse, the Moon, and the Ace of Cups reverse. So like a new beginning is kind of knocking on your door, or just a new opportunity is going to be finding its way to you soon. You're not really going to expect it. It's going to throw you off guard, and I think that's why you're hesitant and showing this resistance, because it's not something that you were necessarily looking for, but it's here. And I think if you follow it and just like go with the flow of things, definitely look on the past and whatever went wrong in your past relationships, don't repeat that. Like, try not to. But I think if you just like trust the way that things are unfolding for you, you're going to find a lot of chemistry and intimacy within this relationship. You're going to see that, you know, just follow your heart, follow the passion, follow the love. If this is like a new love connection, to other Geminis out there that are not looking for love, they're not like, that's just not happening for them. This could really just be like, oh my God. Whoa. I don't know what that is a sign of, but spirit is here. Oof. Oof. Goddamn. Okay, Gemini. Okay, for other Geminis out there, this could just be you like trying to heal aspects of yourself that you've been meaning to for a while. You know, I think you're finally coming to terms with like maybe a way of being, a way of thinking, a way of living your life that you have felt has, you know, kind of prevented you from new opportunities, or like prevented you from taking new opportunities that are presented to you. Like you feel like it's an aspect of yourself that was really could have possibly been holding you back from a lot. With this moon here and the Ace of Cups reverse. But I think that it's something that you're healing, or it's like something that you're now acknowledging, and so because of that, you're able to like heal it. With this Lovers and the Page of Wands, it's like now you're trying to reconnect with that part of yourself that you maybe have been meaning to for a while, because you're getting kind of fed up or just tired of like not seizing the opportunities, potentially just due to fear of the past and like what it's done to you. Because I see this King of Swords and the King of Swords reversed and the Nine of Wands. I see this is you like kind of understanding where you've been holding yourself back, where you've been self-sabotaging, just in terms of your own life and your own situations, and maybe feeling a bit of regret. But it's okay, because you're like acknowledging it now. You're owning up, like, damn, maybe I did allow this past thing to, you know, make me less trusting of others, let's say. And then it's like something you were holding on to, but you weren't, it was like unknowingly, you know, you were like if a new love connection did come, like you would just not be very open-minded to it, just due to like fear of just having to trust other people, because that's what comes with love. You know, you're gonna have to let those walls down, and you're gonna have to, you know, give some trust to get some trust. And I see you're having a difficult time with that, but I think you're ready for new, you're ready for more. It doesn't have to be love, but you could just be like just seeking out new opportunities, trying new things. Like there's just some part of you that has been very hesitant. There's been a bit of resistance to kind of just, you know, take on the challenge or take on the newness, the new experience. Maybe have grown a bit comfortable, just in your own ways, you know? Not that they're bad, but this healing, this reconnecting with the self, what you're doing here is going to further your growth as a soul, as a being, but it's also going to allow the like new abundance to find you, you know, because you're now open to the possibility. You're now seriously considering, you know, the possibilities. Yeah, we got Temperance in the reverse. This tells me some type of healing is being done or needing to be done. Or this could just speak on you being very impatient about something. Yeah, I think it's healing because of the past, and like the I hate to just say this in every freaking reading, but it's like, it seems like a lot of the collective's dealing with it. There's just like, you felt either wronged by the past, or you haven't gotten the proper closure that you needed from something in the past, or there's just been too many, you're kind of like not really, I don't want to say that. Yeah, okay. So something in the past that you had really high expectations for, it really left you feeling disappointed. And I think that's a situation that possibly could be due to people taking your trust for granted, or taking your kindness for, really mistaking your kindness for weakness, thus taking your trust for granted, sorry. Because we got this Ten of Cups reversed, and this tells me like you had big expectations for something and it did not pan out, and the situation ended kind of with the Five of Swords right here. It ended kind of, I don't want to say nasty, but it ended in a way that you're not very satisfied with. You know, there could have been foul play, there could have just been mean words, just psychological abuse, nastiness. I said nasty, dang. Just not, you know, it's not a way that you would like to close out a chapter that you had this much expectation and hope for, right? And so that leaves you in this Temperance, Sagittarian energy. It leaves you in this this knowing that something needs to be healed. And we have the Three of Swords on the bottom in reverse right here. Or knowing that you want closure from something because you deserve it, because obviously whatever this was, if this is with another person with the cups, like they were invested in it too. It just did not end up working out how you thought it would or how you wanted it to. And so you deserve that type of closure for sure. The Three of Swords reverse and the Magician reverse, this is like you were investing in the Knight of Cups. Okay, so there was an offer of love that you probably were hesitant to take at first, or this is someone you've been with for a while. With the Seven of Cups, and the Five of Cups. I feel like there could be history here. It might not be as new as I was thinking, but it'll resonate different for every Gemini. But there was an offer here, and you're confused about how to go about it because you felt that you felt really just taken advantage of, or like your energy was not being respected in the ways that it should in a caring relationship. With this Magician reverse, Aries energy, and the Three of Swords reverse, this tells me that somebody, like this Ten of Cups reverse, like this was bound to happen because somebody really just abused they just took your love for granted, really. They weren't as invested in this as you. They were not willing to do the work per se or they just were not matching their words with their actions, I'll say. And that left you kind of like heartbroken, needing to heal for sure with the Three of Swords reverse, needing to heal from something because, like I said, this Ten of Cups, like this in reverse, it just left a lot of disappointment, and that's why this ended how it ended, or that's why shit played out how it played out, and now you're needing that healing. But we're gonna get your overall energy, Gemini. Two of Pentacles reverse. I feel like there's something about closure here. You just didn't get the closure that you wanted or needed or something like that. Overall energy, Ten of Wands. Something very burdensome has been in your life lately, Gemini. You've been feeling a heaviness surrounding you. You've been feeling like you've been doing this for a while, and we have Strength. Yeah, you've been literally just enduring this cycle that you're in regards to love, in regards to, could be dealing with a Leo, the Strength card, but it doesn't have to be love. You know, it could just be something that you've been working really hard on or really trying to achieve for a long time. But after the Strength, we have the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. And this tells me that it's Spirit's saying like, okay, it's time to put it down. You know, it's time to like give it up. You don't have to keep beating the dead horse per se. But it's because there's a certain goal in mind, a certain opportunity that you're seeking, a certain new beginning. But I feel like there's a better way, not necessarily give it up, but there's a better way to go about what you're trying to achieve. Because the Ten of Wands is somebody that's like, they're not going to give up. They've been on this journey for so long and they're so close. But the burden, the heaviness, the struggle that comes with the Ten of Wands, the struggle that comes with you, Gemini, trying to see your way through this, because you're so dedicated, especially with the Strength card, like you're enduring it at this point. The struggle that comes with it is not worth it when there are other ways to go about it. But I see that there is something in a goal you have in mind, you know. Could be, if it is in regards to love, it could be like, you know, you've been very patient with somebody for a long time, and just certain expectations were not being met, and you've been trying, you know. But Spirit's like, okay, well, maybe this person is not ready to change in that way, so maybe you guys have to reevaluate the expectations, or maybe it's just time for you to put down those wands. Moving forward, we have the Queen of Wands, King of Pentacles, so you could be dealing with Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine, but I think this is you, Gemini, just feeling really empowered and really proud of yourself and really respected, really and seen for what you are trying to complete, the cycle that you are trying to complete, or the goal you've been trying to achieve, because I think you start to achieve it and you move forward. Either you move, after you achieve it, you move somewhere else, you move on, you put that cycle behind you, or this is you actually putting down the wands, and when this Wheel of Fortune in reverse comes in, and because you're just rerouted, you're rerouted in regards to your goals, the things that you were trying to complete, and that rerouting, that migration, the movement from one cycle to the next, that's what brings you in this Queen of Wands and King of Pentacles energy. So it's either you got this goal, you turn this Ace of Cups or Ace of Pentacles reverse into the King of Pentacles, and which is like big time, and that's what's having you feel so proud of yourself and empowered, like you did it, you finally did it. That's because you had that strength and you just kept going. But I think it was not easy if you did achieve it, because with the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, it's like you were struggling. There was definitely some hard times within that journey, and it's like now you finally come to a place where you're able to move on and then stop fighting. You're able to put down the burdens with the Knight of Wands reverse. This is like no longer having to move forward with something, or choosing to no longer move forward with something. But that only happens after you make a decision about what you're going to do with these wands. Are you going to keep investing your time and energy into them and see the goal through? Or are you going to put them down so that you can kind of free up that energetic space for different opportunities, new things to come in? We have the Tower reverse. So whatever you chose, which I think you're going to end up having to put down these wands, and only because the Wheel of Fortune's here, which tells me it's like divine intervention is happening, because Spirit's like, okay, this cycle is completed. With the 10, this cycle is completed. You're done. You don't need to, you've learned what you needed to learn with these. All these wands are lessons, really. Like, you're just carrying burdens at this point. You're carrying these lessons that you just need to integrate, like they don't have to be such heavy experiences now, because you have already went through the experience. So now you can just like learn from them, integrate them into just your life, your perspective, your worldview, add them to your little toolbox, and then you can proceed forward, ready to learn more or experience more. And once this divine intervention happens and you start moving away from the struggle, the burdensomes that you were carrying, maybe of others, or maybe just, trying to go a new route, or maybe you do it in a way that is, maybe you complete your goal in a way that is, you had to go about it a different way, because the way you were going, it was just happening too slow for you, or you and that person, like the relationship was progressing too slow. So once you kind of see things from a new perspective and go your own way, it's like you avoided a really big disaster, a potential disaster. You avoided just potential further struggle, further that heaviness I was speaking about. Just like, yeah, it's good. And I do see you stopping with something, stopping working on something, stopping working towards something. Yeah, because it was just a waste of your time and energy. Oh, I could just keep going forever and ever and ever on that. There's a story there. We need to get you some cards out though. Knight of Cups reverse. Taking back an offer of love. Maybe this burdensome thing definitely could have to do with a love situation. Potentially, Gemini. Three of Pentacles. 10 of Wands. Could be trying to complete a project with a group of people. Could be meeting new people. Oh, 3 of Cups reverse. Meeting new people that, oh, maybe that's where the burden is. Maybe there's a third-party situation here, and you're kind of fed up. Yeah, look, Lovers reverse. Page of Wands reverse. 4 of Swords reverse. Knight of Cups again. So Gemini. The Knight of Cups and the 10 of Wands. And to start your reading out with the Lovers reverse, this tells me there's a love connection here that is becoming harder to fight for than you're starting to feel is worth it. It's something that you're heavily invested in, something that has been around for a while, you know? And it's like you're starting to feel a lack of passion, starting to feel maybe a little unsatisfied with how they are showing up in the relationship, because you feel like you are carrying more of the team per se. Like you're carrying more of the burden. I feel I think that you feel you're putting in more effort than they are putting in, making an imbalance in, you know, how you guys are giving and receiving energy. That's what I'm saying earlier. It seemed as though you might not like how they're showing up in the relationship. They might be showing up a bit immature to you, like they're not even willing to try. Maybe they tell you that they're willing to try, but maybe they're not really. With the Page of Wands reversed in the middle of your reading, this is like an energy that, you know, they still got more to learn. They still got more tools to add to the box before they're ready for something real, for real. And then to end your spread with the Four of Swords reverse, this just tells me like the outcome of this situation, or just how it's playing out, is like really kind of stressful for you. You know, you might be losing some sleep over it, and I see why. This isn't just some dating app hookup or whatever. This is like love. You know, it's something that you were so invested in at one point, and it's like not, for some reason there's this struggle there, and that really is it. I mean, it's just leaving you trying to figure it out, or wondering why this struggle is here and how you can fix it, or why is it even worth fixing? Is it even worth continuing to carry all these wands? Clarifying the Lovers, we have in reverse the Three of Cups upright. So yeah, maybe there's a third party situation. Maybe there's just one too many, or maybe, you know, however it resonates for you. But it's like, or it could just be like the reason that you're so like trying to figure this out and losing sleep is because this connection brought you so much happiness and joy at one point, and like now you guys are just hitting this roadblock where someone is not giving enough. Like, look at the picture. There's just one person in the middle that's pouring the cup on their head, and the other two are like have their cup up in the air. Somebody's like just pouring out the cup, and you're like, dude, why are you pouring out your cup? Or why are you, or in the reverse, like you're doing it alone, right? You're pouring your cup on your head. It could just be like a metaphor. But the other person's not pouring their cup on their head, and you're like, what? We're a team. Just pour your cup on your head. Yeah, with the Eight of Wands and the Eight of Wands reverse is clarifying the Page of Wands reverse. I feel like there's just a lack of communication. There's like some part of this person, or some part of you, is just not wanting to communicate or speak on this blockage that you guys are having, this roadblock you're running into, or you're just speaking on it in a way that is not very progressive. You know, it's like this could be spoken about, this serious situation could be spoken about in a more mature manner, or in a more truthful, clear-cut manner, and it's not really. And I think that's what has you like up at night, like, why the fuck is this? Why are we not communicating how I know we can communicate, is what Gemini says. Because I think you have a lot of hope. You have a lot of hope with the Knight of Cups. You have a lot of hope for this connection, or you had a lot of hope, but it's just gotten so confusing lately with the Seven of Cups. It's gotten really confusing and a bit childish with the Five of Cups. It's gotten a bit childish, or just like you guys just aren't communicating. Look at the card. They're not communicating in a very effective way. Someone doesn't want to hear something or face something, and it's really frustrating for the other person. And 3 of these cups are spilled out. This could be a third party situation, but 2 of them are sitting up. I don't know. We got the Ace of Wands, so whatever it is, whatever happens, it's like you're like, okay, well, something has to change, because I need new, I need different. You're like, I feel like you're giving this person, if you are giving them another chance, you're like, okay, then this has to be for real. You can't be on no childish nothing. If we're gonna do this, it's gonna be a new beginning, and it's going to be something that needs to be lasting and have longevity. Or you're just like, I need new, like I can't do this anymore because this person doesn't know how to communicate in the most effective way, or they do know how to and they're choosing not to. Clarifying, the Four of Swords reverse. We have the Six of Cups reverse. Yeah, this connection, this soul-tied connection that has so many good memories ingrained in it, within it. You put in a lot of effort and energy into this connection, and it's in reverse, right? So it's like, it's just, something's not working out. You're not really happy with something with this Four of Swords reverse too. You're not happy with it. It's really just becoming a very heavy, draining energy to keep around in your life. And that's why this Ten of Wands is your overall energy. That makes sense. That makes sense. You're carrying a lot of burden. You're carrying a lot of, like, you got a lot going on in this plate of love, you know? There's some, and we got Death on the split. So something's changing, you know? Whether they want it to or not, whether you want it to or not, something is changing. Something is transforming, you know? What it was yesterday, it will not be tomorrow type of energy. And that can definitely be like a long process. Something's changing because you are fed up with the death. What's changing is really the narrative, like everything. What's changing is you just got fed up with the childish behavior, childish antics, the games, the immature communication, because you know what you deserve. This Ten of Cups upright. Now this Five of Swords is in reverse. That's what's changing. You got fed up with it. You're just not willing to participate in those antics anymore because you deserve this true happiness, this Ten of Cups abundance. You know, you're done feeling the hurt of the Three of Swords. You're done with it, Gemini. You're ready for new. And this new beginning might not be exactly what you expected or wanted from the situation, but honestly, that situation caused a lot of fucking conflict. And I think this situation might be ending for some Geminis. So, like I said, you're tired of sitting in this Three of Swords, this just heartache, heartbreak, pain, because this is supposed to be love, the Knight of Cups and the Lovers, but it's in reverse, and it's supposed to be something that makes you so happy, or it started out so happy and you didn't think it would, but I don't know. But now I see, whatever this change brought, you know, you seeing your self-worth, knowing now seeing and knowing what you deserve, and it's not to be carrying all this, not alone. At least you don't need to be carrying this alone, these stress, these burdens, these problems, these issues. If you're in a relationship with somebody, they got to carry some of those stress, problems, and issues as well. So however this played out after Death entered the chat, we got the Four of Cups. This is just feeling like you didn't really get what you wanted, or you're not seeing that you can get what you want. You just have to look from a different perspective, but you already been through a lot, so you're just fed up. You're like kind of losing that hope we were speaking on with the Knight of Cups, Gemini. And after that, after you maybe give up on this connection, because I see the Five of Wands and the Two of Cups reverse with the Four of Cups. So this just tells me this connection could have ended in like a very bold way. You could have ended it in a very bold way. Like there could have just been some type of fight. It doesn't have to be physical at all. Just the expression, because of all of the built up energy of the childish communication, the immature communication earlier. I'm not gonna say it's childish, but just like it could have just been so much more simple if like the communication aspect was there, like the honest and unfiltered communication aspect was there. But because it went on for so long, it's in the center of your reading, or it could be going on right now. That's what had this connection. This Two of Cups now is in reverse, just like the Lovers is in reverse, you know, because it went on for so long. It's like something had to end. Once that death entered the chat, I was like, okay, I see where this is going, but I need some more. I need some more evidence. There's my evidence. Yep, Page of Swords, reverse. Poor communication. They need this person needs they need to go take like a communication class. I don't know. They need to learn a couple tricks on how to participate in a loving, caring connection. I think this was possibly what you might have thought was a soulmate, because we have the Lovers and the Two of Cups, but because those are in reverse, I'm feeling these are kind of karmic, especially with this Ten of Wands. It's like these are just lessons that you had to learn. And I'm glad that you stood up for yourself and put your foot down, Gemini, and made whatever change you needed to make in regards to this, because we got the Emperor here. This tells me that like you saw your self-worth. You were not really trying to put up with anything that was going to further cause unhappiness in your life. It's like you tried, oh yeah, and I meant to say, and we have the Six of Cups here, but it's also in reverse. It's just like, you might have thought it was a soulmate for real for a long time. And who knows, it might be, but I don't like tossing that word around too much. But I think this was definitely like a karmic partner, karmic connection, that you were supposed to meet them. You're supposed to learn from them, go through these lessons, go through this kind of maze of figuring shit out, but you were not supposed to go through it alone. And that is where this person made the mistake, you know, whether it was them just not fully investing in the connection or them adding other people into the connection. Either way, that's making you more alone than you need to be, making you more confused than you need to be, and you don't deserve that, Gemini. I hope this gave you some clarity. Let's get you some advice. Split. We have the Queen of Wands. Advice from Spirit could be, know your worth, know what you really are worth. Don't put up with, know your limit, you know what you're willing to put up with and what you're not willing to put up with, and then be firm in that. Be firm on like standing up for yourself, communicating clearly with whatever energy you need to, where your line is, and then let them know what happens if they cross that line. Because I feel like you want to give them a chance, like a real chance, because this could have been somebody you've been with for a while with all these strong love cards coming out. So I feel like it's not just like a one and done, like they mess up once, you're done, but depending on what it is though, because who knows, everybody's lines is different, everybody's boundaries is different, and everybody's situations is different. Advice from Spirit, that's where we're at. Gemini, your advice from Spirit. Empress. Everything is just saying like, see you, like look in the mirror and see how fucking badass you are. Queen of Swords too, yeah. Like, oh, I like that, Gemini. Look in the mirror and see how much you're worth, because you're whatever weird energy you got going on over here at the beginning of this reading with this Three of Cups and the Lovers reverse. It's like, you don't deserve none of that. Queen of Swords. Okay, advice from Spirit. Cut out the bullshit. Once it's proven itself to you, it's always gonna be bullshit. Know that you have options with the Page of Cups. No, you got plenty of options. Okay, this Empress wanted to come out so bad. Three of Cups reversed. Don't surround yourself with people that are gonna make you unhappy and unfulfilled, because you are so overly abundant in your character, your energy. What you bring to the table is worth a lot, Gemini. And this person, damn, I feel like this is you also intuitively knowing if there is a third party situation going on. You could like intuitively already know, and you're just like figuring out like, okay, I need to get proof, or like I'm about to deal with this because I do know my self-worth. Like, but your advice from Spirit is like, don't put up with anything that you are not willing to put up with. And it's okay to move in a new direction. It's okay to restart from scratch and go slow with the Knight of Pentacles. It's okay. Or advice could also be, you know, if this is a loving connection that you want to see yourself in for a long time, take your time with trying to make a new plan, or take your time in getting on the same page with them, because I see you guys on different pages for sure. But take your time with it, and, you know, be gentle with that connection, I guess. But it's gonna resonate different for everybody. But just know you got options, and like, if this person's promising a happy ever after, but their actions are not matching their words, like they actually want it, don't put up with that shit. Get in that Queen of Swords energy. I mean, hear them out, let them explain what they got to explain. But if it's not what you want to hear, cut that shit out. With the Queen of Swords and the Knight of Swords, out of here. Take action when you need to, set boundaries where you need to. And overall, just own your power, own your worth, because you are worth a lot, Gemini. This was your reading. Thank you.